I mean, we're here. Why not?
What's going on, guys? So I recently saw that everybody's favorite game journalist, Jason Schreier, has started a YouTube channel, and it's actually getting pretty popular. And I was baffled because it made me wonder, like, do y'all not know that this guy is literally why we have wokeness in games?
Oh my God. Jason Schreier did this. Wokeness in games. He did this. This is She-Hulk. This is Captain Marvel. This is Furiosa. This is Daisy Ridley as Rey. So how did he do this? How did Jason Schreier get Anya Taylor-Joy and Chris Hemsworth to do an amazing movie that people didn't like or didn't watch? How did Jason Schreier do this? And why did Jason Schreier do this is the real question.
So I call him a lying gay Jew because that is what he is. By definition, he lies. Gayness is his sexual orientation, and he is Jewish by nationality and by birth.
Jason Schreier has a wife and children. You could just dark mode. You could just look him up. He is Jewish. He's married. Oh, so he doesn't have. I thought he had kids, but he's married. So like, that's weird. And he's Jewish by nationality. He was okay. Gay by
birth. So I'm literally just describing the dude. I don't.
What he said is not hate speech. Wait, what? Wait, what?
So I call him a lying gay Jew because that is what he is. By definition, he lies. Gayness is his sexual orientation, and he is Jewish by nationality and by birth. So
it's not hate speech when it's literally what someone is, but he's not gay. And you're also saying he's a liar, which you cannot prove because he's not lying. So you're a twofer, and him being Jewish has nothing to do with anything. You are literally isolating someone by focusing on immutable traits.
Literally just describing the dude. I don't know what else to tell you. So what
else to tell you? Jason Schreier is a former worker at Kotaku. He now currently works for Bloomberg as an investigative journalist for gaming. In this video, his past at Kotaku and his history of pushing ugly women in games analyze one of his videos. I love the fact that Andy thinks he can analyze anything.
What I want to do in this video is look at some of this guy's past to show you why you cannot trust this guy, why this guy has always railed.
My colleague Jason Schreier recently asked Eiji Aonuma, the head of all Zelda games development at Nintendo, about whether he'd ever consider including a playable female character in the series. Oh my God, could you imagine wanting to include a playable female character in The Legend of Zelda? Oh man, it's not like Nintendo's never done that before. There's definitely not been Zelda games where Zelda's a playable character. No siree. No siree.
Against gamers. He's always been anti-gamer. He's always been pro ugly women in games. And I want to analyze one of his recent videos where he just straight up lies about several things that he said. So let's go through everything.
Also, this new format that Andy's been doing for his videos is so garbage. Like, this is someone who just doesn't care about quality. It just doesn't. This is the same format he uses for his podcast, by the way.
Here, if you type Jason Schreier controversies into ChatGPT, you'll come up with a full list of everything that he's been embroiled in and everything that he's lied about the past.
Can we look at what it says here? You want to see the controversies? I'm not gonna use ChatGPT. The controversies, Jason, I'll read it to you guys because you can't read it. Jason Schreier is one of the most prominent investigative journalists covering the video game industry. His reporting has broken major stories about studios like Bungie, BioWare, Rockstar, Blizzard, Ubisoft, and Xbox. But his prominence has also made him one of the industry's most polarizing figures. Here are the controversies most commonly associated with him. Reporting on crunch culture. This is what made Schreier famous. Beginning in mid-2010s, he published investigations into long hours and crunch at studios such as Rockstar, Naughty Dog, BioWare, and CD Projekt Red. This is the controversies attached to him.
Of everything that he's been embroiled in and everything that he's lied about the past couple years. But I want to start with this article he wrote for Kotaku in 2013 where he said, game developers really need to stop letting...
Also, what he likes to do is whenever he's talking with someone, like he like should do like, hey, this voice. He's gonna be like, game developers, we need to stop letting teenage boys design their characters.
Teenage boys design their characters. And then he said this: as you can see, the Sorceress was designed by a 14-year-old boy. Perhaps game development studios should stop hiring teenagers. At least they're cheap, I guess. Guys, again, this is what happens when you listen to a gay man for your.
It's so funny to me because Andy's like 44 years old doing this, and I'm like, your entire thing is he's like, oh, I'm Christian, I love God and whatever. But he's one of those Christians where he just uses the Bible as a bludgeoning tool against his ideological opponents. But his commentary has nothing to do with the character design. This is obviously a very horny design. This would appeal to teenage boys. That's what he's saying. But he goes, oh, but you see, he's gay. And you can't let gay people into things because they're gay it up.
Studios should stop hiring teenagers. At least they're cheap, I guess. Guys, again, this is what happens when you listen to a gay man for your video game reporting. They can't be trusted. And yeah, in response,
they can't be trusted. And yeah, I'm not homophobic or bigoted or anything. I'm just saying gay guys can't be trusted in reporting.
To some of the backlash that he got for this article, he then said this: why complain? Because it's embarrassing. Because I wouldn't want to be seen playing it in public. Because I love Japanese games and Japanese RPGs, and I don't want them to perpetuate the ugly
random picture
boys club mentality. That has pervaded gaming for almost 3 decades now. Yeah, guys, this dude is a leftist. He is a leftist cuck, and he has been against us, and he hates us. Yeah, don't ever listen to anything this guy says.
Okay, well, that's the video then, right? You said don't listen to anything this guy ever said 2 minutes into your video, so why are we still doing this?
And this was some shots from the game here. He also said on Twitter, this is back in 2020 when Cyberpunk came out, spoke to CD Projekt Red boss Marcin Owinski this week about Cyberpunk crunch, controversies over transgender issues, GOG layoffs, and a bunch of other things.
So like normal reporter stuff? Just like normal reporter stuff, right? Just normal shit? Just normal stuff, Andy?
Yeah, this guy, guys, in case y'all are wondering why.
Oh, I love this schizo fucking, yeah, 2013, Kotaku, IGN, Jason Schreier, Pride Flag, and these are keys in. That leads to this.
In case y'all are wondering why games are just dog shit, they're full of ugly women, they have terrible gameplay, and like nobody wants to buy video games right now.
My favorite video game, Furiosa.
It is because of the seeds that were planted for 10 years by Kotaku.
2013 game journalists created this shit. This is so funny to me. These people act as if games journalists have significant power, or they've ever had significant power. No, these multi-billion-dollar companies who create these games, they are not beholden to stockholders, investors, even their consumer base, which would technically also be game journalists. No, they are making all these games just for IGN and Kotaku. That's it. That's their whole demographic. all those guys they have in their research and development departments, they just focus on market trends, specifically on what Kotaku writers are playing and what they're saying. That's it. Also, he says keep on playing these games. Just to give you a reference, you can probably see from his angle, but I'll go back a little bit. This is Aloy, one of PlayStation's most successful new IPs. Is her franchise. This is Mary Jane in the successful Marvel Spider-Man series. This is Atsu from the successful Ghost of Tsushima series, including Ghost of Yotei. This is Hazel Flood from the award-winning South of Midnight. This is not a video game character. This is just Deborah Wilson. This is Furiosa. This is from Uncharted. This is from God of War Lawfare, which will be a success. Prey was a success. The Witcher is a successful series. This is series from Witcher 4. This is, I believe, with Call of Duty. She-Hulk was a success of Disney Plus show. Captain Marvel made $1 billion fucking dollars. All of these, this is from Last of Us Part 2. All of these that are games that have come out have all been successes. They have all been successes. Some of them being $1 billion successes. This is hilarious to me.
Nobody wants to buy video games right now. It is because of the seeds that were planted for 10 years by Kotaku, by IGN, by Jason Schreier, by Anita Sarkeesian, and all these people, dude. This is directly related to all of this. These people have poisoned the well. They've been ruining the video game industry forever. One of his more embarrassing takes, though, was what Jason shred about Dragon Age Veilguard in 2020.
Jason Shred
24 when that game came out. So as we know, the game was a $400 million flop. It had this.
Yeah. What did he say?
Nobody played
What did he say?
it. As you can see from this chart here, Dragon Age is a huge franchise and it lost $6 billion for EA.
That's not true, but okay.
But the funny thing about Jason Schreier was he had a tweet. So it looked like maybe Veilguard was going to do good at first, and so Jason tweeted this. He said, "Go woke, go top the charts," because I assumed the game looked like it was going to do good at first, but then he deleted that tweet, of course, and then a couple days later he posted this: "New EA is slashing its forecast."
Interesting. So here's what's happening here, right? All-time peak, almost 90,000. He reported it at 54,000. At one point, it was the top of the charts. So that's true. This is what I love about these losers. They will take any moment. But the game ended up not. Also, this is just on Steam. Steam charts is such a terrible metric. It's such a terrible metric to measure a single-player game, but it was one of the best-selling games on Steam. And also, it's his point that Jason made a tweet and then he deleted it
for its fiscal year. So Jason did quite a 180 on that one. But with regard to the Veilguard controversy, he even admitted in a tweet, "I actually don't like the game very much, but I do like seeing you chuds get dunked on."
Yeah, he's allowed to say that, right? Also, wouldn't this disprove your point? He wasn't a Dragon Age fan, and you said that he's the reason why these games came out, but he's not a fan of it.
I wanted to own the chuds. Yeah, guys.
That's not what he said. That's not what he said at all. He said, "I don't like the game very much, but I do like seeing you chuds get dunked on." We all love seeing you chuds get dunked on. I personally like doing the dunking.
I wouldn't. This dude for 30 or 40 years now of his entire pathetic life.
40 years?
Has been railing against gamers and railing against the chuds. So I would never believe a word that comes out of it.
Also, does Andy understand that chuds is a negative thing? Like him saying that, oh, he's railing against the chuds. Yes. No one likes you guys. He's against gamers and he's against Nazis, and I just think he's bad. It's like, I'm sorry, back that up a bit. Why are you associating yourself with being a Nazi? Why are you associating yourself with being a chud, Andy? No one likes you.
This guy's mouth. And finally, for a very long time, he has been writing thousands of articles about crunch culture.
Can we just zero in on the fact that he says, if you don't like crunch, quit. Andy has never worked a day in his life. If this is his mentality. Hey, if you don't like working 60, 70, 80-hour weeks, just quit your job. Don't be a little pussy. Dog, they're video games.
He has been writing thousands of articles about crunch culture. He started back in 2018 when Red Dead 2 came out. Here's an article from 2017 that he wrote. Video games are destroying the people who make them. And guys, need I remind you that Call of Duty 4 and Halo 3 had some of the most notorious crunch ever in video game studios.
Oh my God, there's no way. Oh my God, there's no way. Oh my God, there's no way. There's no way. He is going to try to rationalize this with saying, but I got good game. Me no care. Me no care if you no see kids. Me no care if you no go home. If you suffer. Me no care if studio fire you, cause me get good game. Me get Halo 3. Me get Call of Duty. Me no care. Me no consider conditions of working for people who make game. Me think if people work in worse conditions, they produce better game.
There were men sleeping at the office. And guys, here's my take on crunch. Stop being a fucking pussy and make the game. If you don't like crunch, quit. Stop.
Yeah, dog. Good games can only be made if people are literally sleeping at their desks. That's how that works. When people are in an environment that's super stressful, that's when the best things happen. That's why people don't go on vacation, because vacation is actually bad. Too calm. They need to make sure that their livelihood is consistently on the line. That's the only way I can make game. Oh, me, Andy. Me think game only good if developers miserable. Developer no make it to kids' birth. Good game come out of this.
Being a pussy. My view is, yeah, dude, you work in video games. You're gonna work.
Yeah, dude, don't be a little bitch. You work in gaming, the real man's industry, okay? Don't be a little pussy, you guys. You work in gaming. You make my video games. Don't be a little bitch. This is real serious stuff about my games. I'm a real gamer.
80 hours a week. You don't get both. You don't get to work in the coolest industry ever and get to go home at 5 p.m. I don't work in video games because I want to go home at 5 p.m. If I wanted to go home at 11 o'clock p.m. every night, I'd work in video.
Oh, Andy doesn't work in video games? Oh, really? Andy, you don't work in video games? You don't work in video games? Who would have thought? But you have an indie game that came out. So I don't understand. Are you saying, Andy, are you saying that your game was ass because you didn't crunch? Don't be a pussy, Andy. Why didn't you crunch? You could have put out a banger game, but you didn't crunch, Andy. What's going on with that?
Video games. So I have no sympathy for people who bitch and are pussies and complain about crunch culture. But yeah, guys, Schreier is literally...
I don't work in this industry. Therefore, I don't have sympathy for you people. It's an amazing takeaway. Oh, this is a Christian, self-proclaimed Christian, by the way.
The reason that games are bad now, because he was one of the main voices criticizing the companies for doing this. And so my point in all this is that crunch is...
They didn't stop doing crunch, though. They didn't stop doing crunch. Like, what is that? What is that? What does that mean? How can he be responsible for something that didn't happen?
What makes good video games? Crunch is still what makes good video games. The crunch and small teams are how you make good video games. So basically, you can't trust a word this dude says in his new YouTube channel that he's...
This also reads as Andy is super jealous that Jason Schreier started a YouTube channel and is already gapping him in views per video. I think he's a little bit salty.
that he's pushing, and the dude is literally why this happened. So, but another thing that I wanted to cover really quick is I wanted to respond to one of his videos that I watched. He had a video for.
I like how he says this is full of lies, but he also told you he has no industry knowledge. Why would I listen to you, Andy, and not the guy who you said's been doing this for 40 years?
Why games now take 6 years to make. And he says 3 outright fabricated lies in this video that I wanted to address directly.
How has this dude gotten inside interviews by the companies themselves? Because he's an activist. Just like them, he wants to spread their anti-white, anti-male ideology. Not because he has been working in this industry for 20 plus years, but because he's an activist. You know how game companies just love activists? What's an activist? I don't fucking know. I'm AndyPants. I think everyone's an activist. Even though activism requires active participation. He's an activist. Why? Because I said he's gay. And of course, being a gay makes you an activist. Look, I put the pride flag here.
Another point here, you might be asking, like, how has Jason Schreier gotten in so deep with companies? Why do companies let him have insider interviews? You know, Bethesda, everybody invites him to their studio to do a tour.
Yeah, the same companies he's exposed, by the way.
And guys, it's because he is an activist and he
anti-American gay communist activism. What is that? This is literally conservative buzzwords. This is I feel like this phrase right here just activated 20 people on some Manchurian Candidate Winter Soldier type shit. Anti-American, gay, communist, activism, anti-white, anti-male ideology, red car, longing, 47. Like,
he's just like them, and he wants to spread their anti-white, anti-male, anti-American ideology. He's a gay communist, just like all of them. So of course, they're gonna invite somebody into their company who wants to spread the same ideological disease that they want to spread. So anyway, we're not going to watch this video, but
we're not going to watch this video, but just trust me when I say these things. He said these for real.
I want to these are basically 3 direct quotes or 3 paraphrases of exactly what he says in this video, and I want to respond to them because I laughed out loud when he said these, because they're just complete lies. So why do games now take 6 years to make? Here's the first thing he said. Games cost so much to make now because graphical fidelity has increased so much.
Oh my God. I can already tell what Aaron's going to go with this. He's going to show a game from 10 years ago, and he's going to show a game now. And it's going to be the most unflattering image of a game and be like, oh, graphical fidelity's increased? Yes, it has. It subjectively has. Objectively speaking, graphical fidelity from 2015 to 2025 has increased quite a bit.
Much the past 10 years. Let's think about that, guys. Let's think really hard about that. So Arkham Knight was developed by Rocksteady Studios, and it came out in 2015, and it cost $50 million to make. And I'm going to throw some of the gameplay footage up on the screen here. You know, I personally think Arkham City was the best series in the game in the series, but Arkham Knight has some of the most unbelievable graphics you've ever seen in a game, and it's 10 years old. Still,
let's just see the comparison he uses.
It has some of the best graphics in a game. All right, same studio.
Okay, so again, this is what I meant though when I talked about this. Ghost of Yote. Right? This is in game. This is in game. This is in game. When we talk about graphical fidelity, it's not just like this won't look good, this look better, but it's literally how they look. Like, this is hyper realistic. Great art direction, but it's realistic. So these look like real trees. These look like real fucking grass. These are hyper real. As opposed to Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which was not going for hyper realism. It's not even like for like. We could sit here all day. We could do Horizon. We could do Resident Evil. We could, like you guys are saying, Indiana Jones. We could do all these things. We can do all these things. But he won't, because that defeats his entire argument. that defeats his entire argument. He didn't say that the reason why Rocksteady games look better because it takes 6 years. He's talking about gaming as a whole. You can obviously cherry pick. But how come this game that came out in 2016 looks better than this game that come out in 2026? And it's like, this is a game for 2026 made by a developer with 3 people. And then the game you're talking from 2016 is like Final Fantasy. But they don't understand anything. This had a very clearly different art direction.
Studio. Rocksteady Studios made Suicide Squad 9 years later. Cost $200 million to make. Cost 4 times as much as Dark Knight.
Which is also another point that Jason Schreier most likely will make in his video, is the ballooning budgets. Arkham Knight is a single player experience. This was a online looter shooter. Online games are going to cost more because there's other things to factor in, like service maintenance and all those things too, right? And they're making a bigger game with all this motion capture and all this. Like, the budget's not just for the graphics.
And it made 0 money, and it looks like complete dog shit. It looks like this. Guys, it looks like this.
Looks like a low res copy I saw. Jason, if graphical fidelity costs more now, why do games look worse now, boss? They don't. That's the whole thing, though. One particular game looks worse to you, but again, I could show you 100 games that look 30 times better, like easily.
So Jason, boss. And for those of you who might blame inflation, $50 million with inflation would just be $70 million today. That's not how it works. $50 million doesn't turn into $200 million because of inflation. And so Jason will blame everyone but
himself. Why would he blame himself? Why would a reporter blame themselves for the state of video games?
Himself. He will blame everyone but the woke activists. And so you can't trust this dude because, of course, when the blame comes to him, he's going to finger point at somebody else.
By the way, Andy will always do slurs. He will always do transphobic slurs. Transphobic slurs and anti-Semitism. He will always do that. He will always do it. Because all these guys go like, oh, when men were making video games, they're all dudes. Although, ironically, this picture right here is not all dudes. This is clearly a woman. This is a woman right here. And this is a man right here. Like,
and guys, we're getting down to
all slurs: woman, man, 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 man. There's like 7 visible women, and the rest are men.
To it now. Here's the real reason. 2015, Rocksteady was all dudes.
This is a woman. This is also a woman. And he thinks the entirety of Rocksteady was what? 2, 4, 6. He thinks it was 8 people. He thinks the people who made fucking who made the Arkham series was 8 people. He thinks it was 8 people who was the entire company.
2025, all troons.
Like, why even make this picture? Like just, and he zoomed in on it. Like, they're very visibly women and men.
All women, all DEI hires.
All women. Oh, DEI hires. There we go. All women and DEI hires. So first he went to say before was they were all white guys and that was good. But now they're not all white guys. It's bad. Does he know what year these pictures came out? No. Listen, this is AndyPants. I'm going to just confidently say he's lying and that this could be a picture for, this says special effects. This is possibly not even
all
from Rocksteady.
People who couldn't code if their fucking life depended on it.
Says the guy who made an AI game full of CSAM of his daughter. Talking about people couldn't code, their life depended on it. Okay, Andy.
I personally think that graphics peaked in 2016, and games cost a lot less to make in 2016. So Jason Schreier, explain that to me.
Easy. You said you think games peaked in 2016. Prove to me they did. I don't have to explain this. The fact graphics peaked in 2016 is not true. It's not true, right? Like, that's just something you just said that. I could say literally anything. Doesn't make it fucking true. Like, again, I could show a game right now. I think Resident Evil 9 looks phenomenal. That came out this year. Pragmata looks pretty good. That came out this year. Didn't come on 2016. And it exposes where the money is going now. Women and the LGBTQ.
Red Dead 2 and Tom Clancy's The Division are some of the most beautiful games I've ever seen. What are graphics like today? They're just
unfinished texture and obviously bad. Like, you could just look at. Okay, so what's that? Halo Infinite. Also, I love the fact that he says Unreal Slop here. I love the fact that he's calling it. I mean, that was pretty good to me, but I love the fact that he's calling it Unreal Slop. Right here, Unreal Slop, right? But he was glazing the Arkham series, right? Arkham Knight engine. What engine did they use for the Arkham Knight engine? What engine did they use for Arkham Knight? Oh, Unreal Engine. Oh, that's weird because I swear Andy said this is Unreal Slop. But didn't he just say the Arkham Knight looked really, really good being in 2015? Same engine.
Unreal Engine slop. This is Halo Infinite. Like, they look like complete.
That's not what Halo Infinite looks like, though, Andy. This is what Halo Infinite looks like. Well, that's not Infinite. This is what Infinite looks like, right? This is Infinite. Like, you can find some like not great screens of that, but you can find not great screens of anything. Like, this is what Halo Infinite looks like. And same thing with Star Wars Outlaws. Like, this is what Star Wars Outlaws looks like, right? Like, he sure did pick a very cherry-picked image of her. And I want to say this outright. I do not think that this is also Unreal. I think Star Wars Outlaw uses the Ubisoft's engine. It's Snowdrop and Slipspace. So none of these are even Unreal to begin with. So not only are these not Unreal Engine games, but the one game that he showed that was Unreal, he was glazing it.
Complete dog water. Almost every game coming out today. Now,
hold on, wait. Let me see if they even mentioned it here. Is it them again? It's always them. Hilarious that you called Halo Infinite and Star Wars Outlaws Unreal Slop when neither of them are on the Unreal Engine. However, the game you glazed as still looking good, Batman Arkham Knight, is in fact running on the Unreal Engine. Amazing quality as always. Keep it up, Andy. Just so great.
It might be in 4K, it might have higher resolution, but it actually looks like shit. And so, guys, the subtext,
Wait,
but it
what?
actually looks like
higher resolution doesn't mean better art direction. Art direction wasn't what you were talking about. You were talking about whatever
shit. And so, guys, the subtext here, Schreier won't.
Why is Zoe Quinn here? Schreier won't tell you the real reason games cost more: women and activists. He just keeps fucking taking pictures from Women's Day. He just keeps taking pictures from Women's Day. That's it. He just keeps taking pictures from Women's Day.
Tell you the real reason games cost more, and it's because of women and activists. And he has to be a Jew and hide it. He has to hide this obvious fact from everybody. And it's because all these...
That's a lot of HRT and trans surgery it has to pay for. This is Ubisoft, though. Like it's so... Like, I'm going to skip a little bit, because Andy does the same shit in all of his videos. He still hasn't moved past the other lie, mind you.
You know, games take 6 years to make because games cost so much to make now. Graphical fidelity has increased.
It's been 14. It's a 10 minutes out of a 14-minute video. He's still talking about the first lie.
So much. It's just a lie. If anything, games have gotten worse looking.
Games look worse now and cost 400 as much. These are objectively not true.
Explain this to me. Why do games look worse now and cost 4 times as much to make? So going on to Jason's next lie, he said, you know, games take 6 years to make because teams are bigger. Guys, explain this to me. In 1994...
And hey, you got in 1994, and I guarantee you Final Fantasy 3 was not all dudes. I promise you. Neither was Uncharted.
Final Fantasy 3, incredible game, by the way. It was 30 dudes. 30 dudes made this game.
Okay. So he's even wrong. They say the core was about 18 people. So even by that standard, he's wrong. And then we have what I worked on Uncharted 2. 120 to 150. So his numbers are just wrong. 85 people worked on Uncharted 2 by the end of the project. That doesn't mean 85 people worked on it in totality. This is by the end. That's not including freelancers and contributors from other Sony group. By the end of the project, we had 85 people working on it internally. We also had several contractors helping us out in closing months, and we did a lot of outsourcing. Sony also has amazing support groups. So more than this. And yeah, I'm pretty sure Amy was, was it Hennig, right? Wasn't she also part of this? She was the writer and creative director. So again, immediately false. Immediately false. Immediately false. All dudes worked on it. It was 85 people and it was all dudes. Wrong.
Game. Uncharted 2, incredible game, made a lot of money for Sony, won a bunch of awards, made by 85 people. And guys, this woke dog water, dog slop of Last of Us 2 came out in 2020. Had a bunch of women on the team, and it was made by 2,000 people. I don't like bigger.
What the fuck is this point? He said the games take longer to make because more people means bigger teams take a longer time because teams are bigger, games are taking longer to make. This didn't disprove anything. Now he's saying that bigger teams equal more money, but no one said that but you, Andy.
Teams, I don't, you know, hire less people. Don't hire as many people. You know, I was...
Great strategy. Hire less people. If it costs... If I'm working on a gigantic game, mind you, Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to have a ton of people working on it, right? They have a ton of people working on it. It's a big, ambitious game. Why would I have less people working on it? What would that help with? Wouldn't that make the game take even longer? You think the work gets done faster if less people do it? By the way, I mentioned this before, he just says, this means nothing. They could have, okay, Final Fantasy 3 came out in 1994, but they couldn't work on Final Fantasy 3 for 80 years. Like, Uncharted came out, okay, when did the first Uncharted come out? 2007. Uncharted 2. Not the movie. 2009, so 2 years. Uncharted 3. 2011, another 3 years. Uncharted 4, 2016. So a 3-year gap, increasing. No, sorry. This came out, Uncharted 3 came out in 2011. Uncharted 4 came out 5 years later. I'm noticing an increase in development time in between release dates, possibly because the technology became more and more and more intense, so they need bigger teams to have higher graphical fidelity. Because I noticed a huge fidelity jump between Uncharted 3 and Uncharted 4. Let's look at The Last of Us. Oh, perfect. The Last of Us PS3 came out June 14, 2013. The Last of Us Part 2 came out June 19th, 2020. It's a 7-year gap. 7 years between game 1 and game 2. Obviously some remasters, right? But there's a 7-year gap between game 1 and game 2. Interesting. It's almost as if Jason was correct.
Hire less people. Don't hire as many people. I was playing Far Cry 6 the other day, and there's like 30 accessibility settings for Far Cry 6. Bro, nobody gives a shit about accessibility. Like,
one thing game companies love to do is spend time on shit that no one cares about. So you're right, no one cares about accessibility. No one needs things like subtitles, audio cues, colorblind mode, inverted controls, because that's also part of accessibility, by the way. Some people are left-handed, so they might have different controls, and one's right-handed. Yeah, no one cares about that at all. Ever. No one plays video games with subtitles on. Or different languages. Languages and also accessibility. So is difficulty, controller layout, being able to remap buttons, that's also a thing too. But yeah, no one cares.
If you're genuinely disabled, you've got trans people being like, I'm disabled. Like, yeah, okay, we know you're disabled. But I'm talking about people who are genuinely disabled,
Yeah, because you can't be trans and also have a disability.
Quadriplegic, have lost their arms and legs. Those people are disabled. And I think those people do matter. But Far Cry 6 had like 30 accessibility settings, and all this money is just being invested on shit that people mostly don't care about.
What is this point he's making? You're saying that people who are quadriplegics you're okay with, but no one gives a shit about like what are you talking about?
And that's why games are costing so much. It's because of women. It's because of women talking too much, not knowing how to code.
Women talking too much. Women talking too much is why games cost a lot. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Weird how no matter what Jason Schreier seems to say, your response is always because of women. It's women's fault. It's women's fault that games are the way they are. Well, there's teams are getting larger, so it costs more. No, it's women. Oh well, it's because graphical fidelity is getting higher and higher, so spending more and more time trying to draw it. No, it's because women be talking. It's because women be talking and women be shopping. That's why the games cost more money.
Code, and it's because of woke activists and DEI hires in BlackRock. That's exclusive.
Oh, and BlackRock, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. A company that is known to hold multiple investments is the reason why the games cost more.
Absolutely the reason why all this is.
High-ups began hiring more women, browns, gays, and Jewish people. DEI. That's why.
Happening. Jason's third and final lie in this video was that COVID is why games cost more. Video game hiring peaked around 2020 and 2020.
This has nothing to do with what Jason said, though. You would have to explain why it's not COVID. You would have to explain why it's not COVID. And you know what? Let me see what Jason has to say about this. What does Jason have to say about the COVID part, right? We can at least watch that part. Let's see what he says.
My Bloomberg article is in these YouTube descriptions, so they're all going to be free for you to click on. You can bypass the paywall just by clicking on them. So Brendan Adler, he told me that when they, on Outer Worlds 2, when they switched from Unreal 4 and Unreal 5, that combined with COVID, which I'll get to in a second, essentially it just took a year off their production. He told me, quote, "I wish we could have that year back. They had a year where people just were not as efficient as they could be because of the tools, because of figuring out how to work from home, and all sorts of other technical challenges." And remember, as graphical fidelity just increases, it gets harder and harder to figure out how you can optimize and how you can get your games running at the best possible frame rate, best possible resolution. There are a lot of cool technical innovations that we've seen in recent years, but a lot of those bring with them just extra time that is added to the equation.
Which
people have
all
to
makes
spend
sense.
more time getting familiar with the new technical
this is how Jason Schreier looks,
and proficiencies, efficiencies they can use, and also figuring out how to optimize for them. So that creates a lot of problems. Number 5, I'm going to just say COVID, because I think COVID was a bigger disruption than people realize.
Okay, why was it?
If you think about a game that has taken 6 years and comes out this year, COVID was in the middle of that, and COVID disrupted everybody's lives in all sorts of ways. I won't rehash everything. We all remember it. We've all been through it. But one of the biggest is just reteaching people how to think about games and how to work with people, and just kind of changing the way the games are made on a really big scale. And I have very strong feelings about remote work. I work remotely. I think remote work is a really good thing for a lot of people. But whether a studio is pro remote work, anti remote work, something in between, pursuing a hybrid, whatever they are, the year or so that everyone was just trying to figure out how life would be in this pandemic disrupted everything. It was technical stuff, like trying to figure out how to even.
So basically, COVID introduced a huge logistical nightmare, because you're going from working from in close proximity to people, which does help facilitate the spreading of ideas, to working remote. So you might be in different states, different countries, just not together. So that would naturally cause a bit of a delay. Because now if I'm relaying information to you via like my Slack or Teams, they're just walking over to you, that can cost something. But obviously, the way they make these games, if we can't be in the office, then I'm needing to have the things I have at the office transferred to my home so I can work on this. So yeah, that makes sense why that would cause issues. That would cause delays, which would, of course, make things take longer, which is what Jason's whole point was. So now let's see what this dumbass says.
Jason's third and final lie. Video game hiring peaked around 2020 and 2021. It hit pretty much a peak because companies thought that video game revenue was going to keep going up and up and up. But what turned out is that after COVID, people started playing a lot less video games again. And now video game employment is in the tank. It's absolutely going down. Basically, what happened in 2020 was that a lot of the older base talent got kicked out of the industry.
The ton of older white male developers from 2030s used COVID as an opportunity to retire. That's not true. So again, we're just fabricating reality. Like we've been talking about this whole day today. Just make shit up. Just go what feels good. Just make shit up.
And this is, of course, what Jason Schreier doesn't want you to know. All of the based bros, think about it. When Dark Knight came out in 2015.
No, there's no way we're still doing this. There's no way we're still doing this. DEI hiring speed 2020 forward a stop. So he just has nothing. He has nothing.
DEI hires and of trans people and all this stuff. And that fundamentally changed the makeup of the video game industry.
Okay, so I'm stopping the video because Andy, I say this all the time, it's true. Andy just makes the same video. He just makes the same video on repeat. There's no difference between this video or this video or this video or this video or this video. In fact, I could click on the video and it would just talk about how women are bad. I can just click on this video and they'll be like, this is why women are bad. Who killed video games? Look at this.
This video is sponsored by War Thunder.
Let's just see who killed video games.
Nothing highlights the fact that
game developers. Hey, Dead Domain. I think he put them in this video because they completely roasted his shitty ass game. Fat white women, child groomers, degenerates headed to hell. goy slop to keep the populace dumb. Like, you remember I said like anti-Semitism? These games were all so good they inspired 20 years of copycats, which is funny because Halo is just from Marathon, but whatever. I don't know what games are copycats from Assassin's Creed besides every of the sequels. Oh look, Jason Schreier.
And so I recently read Jason Schreier's book about Blizzard.
Notice how it's all men here. He's like, oh, women. This is very clearly, once again, from Women's Day.
Entitled Play Nice. He, of course, blames capitalism and sexism for the downfall of Blizzard, but it's so incredibly obvious. Blizzard was a bunch of dudes in the 90s, and now it's a bunch of shrill, purple-haired women and men.
This is the same argument he made. This is 7 months ago. Do you see what I mean? 7 months. And you can go even further back. A year ago. All of this, it's this a year ago. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. He just says it's always gonna be, no matter what is the evidence, no matter the reality of the situation, Andy's always going to blame women. He's gonna blame women and DEI. That's it. That's it. Every single time you talk about a game, Andy's just gonna say the reason why it's bad is because women and DEI and gay people. That's it. That's it. There's nothing new. I just showed you a video from what, today? I showed you a video from 7 months ago and a video from 10 days ago. And it's the exact same. It's the exact same talking points. It is the exact same talking points he always has. He will never change. He will never change because he's a failure. And I'm not talking about his channel. His channel is unfortunately doing pretty okay. But he's a failure in the sense that this is not the kind of content he wanted to make. He wanted to make the content of what he's doing in his Save Scum podcast. He wanted people to give a fuck about his opinions. And they don't. They just want their opinions told to them. And he's stuck doing this over and over and over and over and over. And for everyone who's new here, the reason why I say this is because he has, once again, admitted to that very conundrum. He can't do it.
Search AndyPants Retro Gaming, you'll find it. I often get requests on my channel for me to review games, but here's the thing. This channel you're on right now, it's become more of a anti-woke, like the videos that get popular are people want me to talk about woke stuff, and I've kind of gotten painted into that corner, and that's
the videos that get popular, people kind of want me to talk about that anti-woke stuff, and I've kind of gotten painted into that corner.
what I'm stuck with. And
that's what I'm stuck with.
And to be honest, when I put reviews of games on this channel, nobody watches them, nobody seems to care.
And when I put reviews on this channel, no one watches, no one seems to care. This is someone admitting that they got a hit of the anti-woke bump, and now this is all people want from them. But that's not what they want to do, but they have to do it. They're trapped. Failure. He failed at being a creator that he wanted to be, and is now just a mouthpiece for a bunch of losers.
So I put all of my game review videos on.
Also, this channel's gone. This is now the Save Scum podcast. So when I say he's a failure, that's what I mean. He wanted to do something that was creatively fulfilling, couldn't do it. Audience captured by grifters. So now this is what he does. So that's why all of his videos are the fucking same. It's all the same. He's only here to confirm your anti-woke bias. Not here to challenge anything, give you new information, present new topics, or talk about it in interesting ways. Just no, I'm just going to be racist and bigoted. Because that's the only way people will listen to me. If I'm a bigoted racist. If I do anything else, that's why all of my videos start off now with me calling something goy slop or something anti-Semitic or DEI or this or that. Because he can't do anything else. This is what he does. This is what they do. Just be angry on the internet. Have terrible, terrible, terrible takes. And then rinse, repeat.